Díomh go débhartá sibh trú an tainneamtá an grúpa seo, Donal, Zach agus Michael.
Tá áthas áring a bheith ag séanam cúpla órán é, Dave. Buin sultas.
Seo Dúlaman.
In ocean all ferhúri Awaharí nó carnar all an gajime Dúlaman gaelach Dúlaman farega Dúlaman gaelach Tá cian bui or sa Dúlaman werach Tá clú is well sa Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na bin na bui Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na farega Dúlaman gaelach Rahim muid cynyor leis an Dúlaman gaelach Cyn o'i broga der sa Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na bin na bui Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na farega Dúlaman werach Tá broga braca dú sa Dúlaman werach Tá barid agus trú sherma Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na bin na bui Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na farega Dúlaman werach Cheater sa Dúlaman werach Ig sri le the ní nerma Dúlaman werach Ní wain tú mo ní nerma Dúlaman werach Well fudu I me yummy sa Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na bin na bui Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na farega Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na bin na bui Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na farega Dúlaman werach Dúlaman na bin na bui Dúlaman gaelach Dúlaman na farega Dúlaman gaelach Good morning.
Twas pretty to be in Ackley, still prettier to be on Bonnie Ram's Island, sitting forever beneath the tree. Och hon, och hon, och hon, och hon. For often I sailed to Bonnie Ram's Island, arm in arm with Phelim, my dear, and he whistle and I would sing and we would make the whole island ring. Och hon, och hon, och hon, och hon. It was pretty to be in Ballinderry, but now it's sad as sad can be, for the ship that sailed from Bonnie Ram's Island is sunk forever beneath the sea. For the ship that sailed from Bonnie Ram's Island is sunk forever beneath the sea. Och hon, och hon, och hon, och hon. Och hon, och hon, och hon, och hon. Pretty to be in Ballinderry, it was pretty to be in Ackley, still prettier to be on Bonnie Ram's Island, sitting forever beneath the tree.
Maiguf. So we had a couple of songs there. First one is Dulamon, you might know that in the Irish language. It's a brilliant, amazing tune, about 200 years old at least. And it comes from Dundalk Bay, sort of around Carlingford, where the seaweed sellers would gather their wares and take them to the local markets and try to steal away the farmers' daughters. Then we did 'Twas Pretty to Be in Ballinderry, which is a local song to the two lads here. Both lived in Ballinderry for a long time, and County Antrim. And we actually have told the story of these songs in our two first TrueCasts, which are podcasts that we put together over the lockdown, where we're exploring the songs in our repertoire and sort of finding out the history and the stories and everything in between. And actually the next song we're going to do right now is an original song about a witch that used to live at the top of my hill when I was growing up. It's called Jenny Black's Hill. Gentle mist rolls out the bay, velvet grey. Jenny sets her sights by the spotlight of the moon. Until like a witch from hell, she cast a spell, clapped her palms and screamed until the curse was cast on Jenny Black's Hill. Upon the log, the silhouette. Upon the log, so still and wet. So they talk, we'll get her yet. So they talk. To this day she roams the fields, away she steals that names that lingers on our ears, despite the passing of the years. Upon the log, the silhouette. Upon the log, so still and wet. So they talk, we'll get her yet. So they talk. Upon the log. So they talk, we'll get her yet. So they talk. Upon the log, upon the log. Upon the log, so they talk. So we're going to sing an Irish language song. So the theme of this set, I suppose, is Turas. So we're taking a journey from Dundalk Bay for the seaweed gatherers up through to Ballinderry, and then the Turas begins as we leave the waters, and the ship that sails on Bunnyram's Island is sunk forever beneath the sea. So this journey that is very familiar to anyone who comes from Ireland, anyone who comes from somewhere where they've had to leave. This Turas is very important. And then Jenny Black's Hill, we take a journey into the supernatural world, the other world of folk mythology. And then with this song, we stay firmly in the supernatural world and we actually encounter the changeling. So this is an Irish language song that comes from the Mourne Mountains from the 18th century, and it's a man on his way to Dublin, and he's stopped by a beautiful woman. She asks him where he's going. He says, I'm on my way to Dublin to get medicine for my wife, she's sick in bed. She says, don't bother, come with me into these woods here and I'll show you a good time. He says, no, I need to get this medicine for my wife. I've got a family with kids and I love them, so I need to go back to them. And at that point, he sees his wife standing before him, and the sick person in the bed is actually a changeling, a sick fairy that has been transferred into the human world. So they head into the woods and they have a good time. That one's called Aragolga Baila Cléadú, on my way to Dublin. And so the Turas continues, the journey continues. And we actually have this, another Irish language song, which you might do a verse of. And this is again something from the supernatural world. So the Turas, the journey that we're sort of experiencing on this set is a physical journey as well as spiritual journeying between the two lights, between the two places. And in this one we have Urchil Achragan, so it's a graveyard. A poet has had a rough night and he wakes up at dusk in a graveyard and he encounters a figure, almost looks like she's coming out of the light itself, and he can't really see, he's more of a haze, but she's a fairy inviting him into the fairy world. But then again, he is drunk. Shachadal merer we roam Slairin the maid na handig an your family in the boy Vi griescrua garaki agus linear cam ar Skur vi clan chan vegar Agus with happy agus astridam rise road God cheer yas na mala achur gael in cheer maror Skur of ye climbs and So drunk poets getting lost in graveyards. That's a good Irish poem for you. And we're going to go into an original song. And this is actually one that we have recorded with the Ulster Orchestra. We actually did that very recently. More about that in November. We'll be able to share that recording with you. But this is again about two supernatural kind of folk figures. The Pied Piper of Hamelin, or someone like the Pied Piper, and then Alice in Wonderland, a young woman, a young person who explores their own mind and then comes back to the world only to realise that they've left it in the other place. So these are two characters that we've written a song about. It's called Old Types, and we're delighted to be performing for Turas. Thank you very much for inviting us. We're glad to be able to play together again. This is actually the first time we've played since January, so we're thrilled to be able to play for you. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Here's Old Types. This old man, musician type, he taps his ash in a bowl. Songs of another world, they bring me near, then fumbling for his beer, slowly to my ear. I knew that time you pity old types like me? Met a lady yesterday, sitting on the street. She seemed to know my fears. She told me she saw her own wonderland when she was mad and young. Now she holds out a cold upturned hand. I would hear the people, they pass me by, says she, with a wizened look and a glassy eye, like blinking stars that one by one recede. I have lost everything I need, but no, don't you pity old types like me? Oh, don't you pity old types like me? Oh, don't you pity old types like me? Good Magov, thank you. It's the first time we've played that together, so hope you liked it. So we're finished here, so go to Neill Magov. We're gonna just maybe finish with a little a cappella song. So this is a Robbie Burns tune, and it's kind of a lullaby for an insomniac. So this is the final Turas, the journey into sleep that we all have at the end of the day. So this is I Walk and O. Slán live. Summer's a pleasant time, flowers of every colour, the water runs o'er the heuch, and I long for my true lover. I walking home, walking still and weary, sleep I can get none, for thinking of my dearie. When I sleep I dream, when I wake I'm eerie, sleep I can get none, for thinking of my dearie. I walking home, walking still and weary, sleep I can get none, for thinking of my dearie. Lonely night comes on, all the lave are sleeping, as I think on my bonny lad, and I blur my eyes weeping. I walking home, walking still and weary, sleep I can get none, for thinking of my dearie. Good morning, Slán.
Slán.